So the Seaboard Rise here is apparently very good with Bitwig. And the whole concept of the individual kind of note modulation is something that it can handle really well. So I've got the keyboard set up here. I'm just going to load a Bitwig instrument because these are designed to take the possibilities from this keyboard and give us something different with the sound. Okay, let me just have a look. So there we go. So it's definitely responding. So, you know, this is a new way of working with the keyboard. We're very used to individual notes, individual pitches, but the difference here with the Seaboard Rise is the fact that you can bend the notes in between. So I've got no idea what I'm going to come up with here, but I'm going to experiment. So I'm going to come down to this instrument, going to turn up the sub level. Okay, let me just try something. Okay, let me tweak the sound a little bit. Let's take the envelope and mount up. Okay, I'm quite intrigued whether that could work as a bass line. Okay, let me see what happens. I'm just going to record something in and we'll take a look. Okay, let me just, whilst I'm here, put that onto the mono. And let's take a look at them. Oh, look at that. Whoa, okay, now I wasn't expecting this. Look at this. Can you see the pitch? The way it's falling down here, that's how I actually played that in. This is really interesting. See the very subtle variations in pitch here, which is going to create a really animated kind of performance out of this, more so than it would be if it was just a conventional bass note. Just going to quantize these, have a listen. This note, I'm just going to see if I can make that shorter. That's better. Just trying to work out why I played in really. Okay. Now let me tweak this. The octave is potentially too high. Okay, maybe just slightly too low. Just lift it up a couple of notes. Let me come back to the polysynth and tweak that a bit. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a beat, and I'm going to do that with a couple of Bitwig elements. So let's just set up a new track, and I'm going to go to Bitwig here, and what we're going to do is go to drum and use one of these electronic kicks. So this is not responding to pitch, I can use any of these notes on the Seaboard rise. Let me just play around with this. Let's take the decay shorter. I'll tell you what I'm going to do also is try and get this to fit with the musical key of the bass line. So I'm going to take tuning down. That feels like that's going to work for me. Okay, just going to shorten that. Just going to quantize this. Interesting that there's some variation detected on there from the rise. This is such an expressive keyboard. Let me just take a look at that kick. What do I want to do? Just get a little bit more brightness out of it. This is almost feeling like one of those kind of Mr. Fingers kind of vibes. Not deliberate at all. Let me just call it bass line. Another instrument here. I'm going to do something else with the Seaboard rise, I reckon, some kind of other synth sound, but let me just get a couple of drum elements down. So back to the Bitwig library. Clap. I'll change that in a second. Really bad timing there. Oh, I don't want to actually leave that. Get it quantized. Let's play around with the clap. Okay, it's good for the moment. That swing was way too heavy there. Okay, let me just check the grid here. I don't know what happened to my other note there. And let's customize that hat a little bit. Okay, it's sounding good. Maybe another drum element back again. What I'm just going to do is exaggerate the decay so I can pick out the note. Maybe that could complement it. That could do. Nice swing on there. So if I just bring the shuffle up on here, maybe I'll just make this beat match with the quantize too. And maybe the bass. It's got a nice groove to it actually. Different vibe to before, but I think I'm gonna go with that. Experiment with the envelope amount. Okay, that's good. The only thing is with the filter closed, we're kind of losing that pitch bend on there. So maybe I'll just open up the sustain frequency on this filter envelope. And even though I performed that in, I'm thinking I'd like to just get in there and transform that a little bit. So I'm just going to come up here and just turn this on so that we can get in there. Let me come back to the normal cursor and let's just bring this down a bit. So yes, I performed it in, but I'm feeling I want to exaggerate that a bit more. Maybe down to this next note so we can apply the pitch bend onto that. Let's have a listen. Yeah, I like it. So the starting point was the performance, but now I've gone in and edited that. Yeah, that's cool. So let's get up another keyboard. So synth, polysynth. So I'm going to need to try and learn something here. So I would love to be able to apply some modulation to filter. I'm not sure how I can do this. So without doing the notes, I'm not sure how I'll be able to do this, but let me just play around anyway. I'm going to bring this down. Just going to put unison on. Let me just have a play with this a sec. Okay, voice is down here. Okay, so look, I have my ears up too far. It's been a while for me with Bitwig, okay, so... Okay, well look, you know, you've got to be really on it with the positioning. I quite like that. It's going to add some interesting vibe to it. Okay, I actually quite like that, so I'm going to record that in, but as I said, I'd really like to get this so that I could do the filter movement up and down. So if anybody from Seaboard, Rody could help me out with that one, or also Bitwig, you guys might be able to help me out. So someone just tell me in the comments. But for the moment, I'm just going to do a little bend up there because I quite like that. So, you know, sometimes when you're playing around with things, you discover stuff that you like, and I'm definitely going to roll with that. So, okay, let's see what happens. Okay, let me just do that again. That wasn't quite right. Look, you can see the per note bending occurring. This is amazing, really. You know, when you think about it, the potential, the scope here, quite amazing. Maybe I'm just going to extend these out just a little bit. Same here. Just going to soften the attack. All right, let me add something else. I'm going to go for another Bitwig synth, polysynth. I'm going to load this up. I'm going to go through, you know, I've been building some patches myself. I'm going to go through some presets and just have a look what's going on with this. So let's go for some kind of a lead. See if we can get something that's going to be expressive with the Seaboard rise. Let's just go through the list. I'm still seeking that movement up and down. I'm not sure these are going to be set up to work with that. These are a little bit too kind of hardcore ravey for me. Yeah, not really the kind of thing I'm after. Let's see if there's maybe if I go to monosynth. Yeah, still no vertical movement on there, so I want to know how I can do that because we've seen that on the equator. So like I said, anybody knows how to do it, give me a shout. Maybe I'm off on the wrong tangent here. Let me just try some plucks. Now that sounds quite nice. Just gonna octave it up. Okay, I like that. So let's see if I can record that. it's really quite haunting, isn't it? I'm really enjoying the possibilities here. So look, that's just another demonstration of this Seaboard rise. The fact that you've got this per note modulation occurring according to how you're positioning your fingers on the keyboard. So that was a really expressive, interesting sound. And yeah, I'm looking forward to delving into this. So like I said, if anybody involved on either Bitwig or also the Seaboard rise could give me a shout on how I could actually use the vertical position to affect something like the filter modulation, that would be fantastic.